Hi, everyone. Welcome to the channel. So, this is my first time going live in a little while. I'm really curious if you can hear me. So, if you are already in the live, I would love to know if my audio is coming through clearly. This is my first time doing a live in my new office setup. So, I'm just really curious to know if you're able to hear me and everything like that. So, we're going to take a minute and let some more people into the live stream. I know I didn't schedule this in advance, but in the future, I would love to schedule live streams in advance so that you know when they're going to happen and hopefully you got notified when this went live. I'm not sure exactly how the notifications work. I am smiling reading some of your messages already. Susan says, "Hello, everyone. Hi." Lily says, "It's my birthday today. This is like a birthday present. Thanks, Infinity. Happy birthday. I hope you're having an amazing day." Morgan says, "Yay, Soul Tribe." Yeah, I love going live because I feel like it's a way for us to really connect here as a community. There's just such a different energy that comes through live streams that I feel really can't be fully captured in the same way in a traditional video, as much as I love doing videos. And it's funny because right as I'm starting this live, I kid you not, at the bottom of the deck, I have the cornucopia card. So I just think it's really interesting that we're getting our magical 1111 manifestation card right as we are starting this live. It feels like such a positive omen. Amy says, "Hello from Kansas City. So happy to hear your voice. Love and light, everyone." Thank you so much for tuning in. Earthly Indigo Tarot says, "I finally made it to a live. Hello, everyone." Wow. Thank you, everyone who's checking in. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I would love to know where you are in the world. I know that we have people who tune in from all over the world. So it's so beautiful to me that so many of you are coming from so many different places in the world. So I'm looking at your messages. Towards the Ocean is from Maui. Wow, that's incredible. That's definitely a bucket list place for me. I would love to get there someday. From the UK, amazing. Okay, so Christopia says, "Infinity, you have hit some home runs with what you channel, from naming the person I believe to be my twin flame to naming my hometown. Excited to hear what you have tonight. Dark Night of the Soul and No Contact is brutal." Yeah, it's really interesting because I felt inspired to create a super deep dive reading into the Dark Night of the Soul. I just saw 111 of us here on the live, which is such a beautiful number, synchronicity. I think it's really interesting that I've been getting a lot of messages lately related to a dark night of the soul kind of experience. So you can let me know if you're going through that right now. I truly am sending you a lot of love. If you're currently experiencing a dark night of the soul, this is one of the most intense experiences that you can go through as a soul on earth, regardless of what is triggering that dark night of the soul experience. And I feel that the most intensive dark nights of the soul, at least from what I've seen, seem to be connected to meeting a twin flame or a high level soulmate, someone that you have a very similar, or in the case of twin flames, identical core soul frequency to, because there's so much overlap in your energy that when you're interacting in real time with a person like that, it can inherently just like flood your system with so much energy. And it can be a lot to process and often triggers these periods of time that are separations or dark nights of the soul where those layers are being peeled back. So let me know if that's something that you've been experiencing. Was just listening to Sound and Soulful Subliminals. Love from Virginia. Thank you so much for your support on my app. And just so you guys know, I did pin a comment with a link to check out the app if you don't have it already. And I also left a referral code there as well that you can use for 10% off your membership, or you can do the free trial option if you just want to try it out for free. So that is there for you during our live. But I am just loving reading all of your messages. Greetings from Holland, from the hills of Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina. Learned about twin flames here, learned I could move on here too. Oh, that like gave me chills to read. That is beautiful. One thing I've loved about this channel, especially for those of you who have been here a while, I know many of you have been here since essentially the beginning of the channel. And I think it's really beautiful that so many of us have been able to share this journey together, the highs and the lows. And I think that when there's so much information about there out there about twin flames, and I think that sometimes it can feel isolating on this journey, especially if you're in a very complex kind of twin flame connection or situation that doesn't really fit into traditional labels or into a box. And I feel like it's been really lovely to be able to share that journey with all of you and to be able to talk about the twin flame connection from many different angles, but also how to be able to empower ourselves beyond the twin flame journey, and knowing that that is something that is part of our spiritual path, but also being able to be on this journey of self love and to connect more deeply with ourselves through all of that. I think, especially for twin flame divine feminines, this is such a key because, really, for the divine feminine, the twin flame journey is about activating self love. And so, many divine feminines, even prior to the twin flame journey, come from backgrounds where they feel disconnected from their true sense of themselves, from like being able to love themselves. They tend to be trained or programmed into over self sacrifice or over giving. And so, the twin flame journey, especially for the divine feminine, is really activating into those depths of self love. And I'm so proud of all of you. I know you're proud of me too, but it goes both ways. But I am proud of all of you who are on this journey of self love, however that's showing up for you, whether it's as a twin flame or as a divine feminine. It's not easy. And it's interesting because last night, as I was doing those videos that I posted, which today I was kind of browsing through some of your comments under those past two videos, and I noticed that many of you were really connecting with them on a deep level. And I know that many of you shared that you really were feeling emotional and moving through something heavy. And I'm happy that some of those videos that I did could bring you some kind of peace. And I feel that for many people who are on this path of consciousness right now, there is a lot of heavy energy that comes up kind of in waves. It's almost like I feel heavy energy, then followed by periods of time that can feel lighter, almost like a breath of fresh air. So I know I've been kind of rambling over here. I'm going to go back to checking the live chat. So, beautifully being said, much love right from the beginning. Thank you so much for being here from the beginning. I've been with you since I began my twin flame journey in 2021. Yeah, that was the early days of the channel. You have been right on target lately. The three-way reading today was incredibly accurate. Was that the reading where I did a channeled song and then talked about the dark night of the soul and then did a reading? That one was really unique. I really enjoyed that. I'm loving reading through all of your comments here. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to channel into specifically. I will be getting into pulling some cards here and seeing what wants to come through. Been here since mid 2022. I have all the messages that I saved, and I'm going to listen to it when I see my twin flame again. It's really, really beautiful. I've been clearing generational trauma, so feeling blessed. Yeah, White Lotus Tarot 333. I really do feel that a lot of us, especially divine feminines, have been clearing a lot of generational traumas lately. And for some reason, that seems to have been surfacing a lot for the collective. The ways in which you are breaking the chain from your ancestors, from what came before you. So, okay. Someone said I like the love word scramble. Well, that's funny because I actually have it out here. So I might share a few words from the love word scramble 222 in the chat right now, which is really beautiful. So we have the words wagon, door, Wilson, settle, locate, power, the name James, beauty, burn. Someone could be a fire sign here, court, service, magic, the name Eddie, desk, alone, hill, move, harbor, fair, jet, York, which could be New York. So I'm going to go ahead and start shuffling the cards here and we will just see what wants to come through. Okay, so ooh, I just felt this like wave of emotional energy through the heart chakra. And it's interesting because we got the word protection. So I'm hearing something about someone's heart being protected here. So whose heart is being protected? Door to spirit in the reverse position. Okay, so of course, keep in mind with all of my readings, I channel into many different people and situations. So only take what does resonate with you in a personal way. But with door to spirit reversed, I'm getting some kind of message about someone feeling almost a bit of confusion about something happening within them spiritually. It's like there's this powerful spiritual process taking place within you, but there's also this almost some level of confusion, I want to say, as to what's going on, difficulty kind of grounding in this energy. This is sitting on the root chakra. So I feel like there's someone here who's been feeling a bit destabilized, maybe having difficulty sleeping or just feeling a lot of heavy energy of some kind. Okay, so what can I channel about this heaviness? Yeah, there's the attachment card. And I feel like this is sitting on the sacral chakra. The sense I'm getting is that someone here is doing their best to be focused on like living in the moment and staying present with themselves and maybe even trying to create or to stay in flow with that sacral chakra energy because I feel that maybe you've been trying to do something creatively, trying to just tell yourself to stay in the moment, to stay grounded, to stay open. But it's almost like there is this confusion coming up in this somewhat ungrounded kind of energy. I'm hearing that the mask is being removed, like something something is being removed. I don't know if this is like a mask from someone else or something else in your life where you're beginning to see through a mask or you're starting to see through an illusion. But this also could be, honestly, for some of you, this may relate to part of yourself where you are feeling as though a different layer of yourself, in a sense, is being peeled back that I guess we could look at almost like a mask. Even though I feel that you're someone who is living very authentically, I feel like there's some extra layer of you that's being peeled back. And right as I said that, a love message came through. I'm getting so many chills as I'm channeling into this because, oh, there's so much powerful spiritual energy here. But I feel as though there is someone romantically who is either entering your life or who has entered your life recently that seems to be helping you to peel back some layer of yourself. Of course, this won't be for everyone, but for some of you, I feel like you've been sensing that there is like a person or an energy that you're connecting with. Yeah, we have the happy family card. This is very much, and the yin yang card. So this could very well be a twin flame. So there's a person here who is helping you to peel back some layer of yourself and creating or wanting to create some kind of harmony with you. And I'm hearing that something about this person's presence in your life has been teaching you that you're worthy of unconditional love. And so it's almost like they're helping you separate that sense of worthiness from anything material or physical or in the 3D. But I'm getting that what comes along with this is at times you may feel as though you are falling apart in the 3D. You may feel as though things are I'm hearing you might feel like things are falling apart when things are actually coming together. Now, just now, I realized that I usually have music going during these readings. So I want to go ahead and get my music started for you guys because I do love having some music in the background. I feel like it can kind of help me focus in a different way sometimes. Okay, so let's channel more deeply into this twin flame situation. Yeah, someone says, White Lotus Tarot says, someone is helping me immensely. Yeah, that word helper keeps coming through. My twin and I are in union in the 5D and I receive signs powerfully. Brooke says, the energy numbers suggest imminent union. but the physical still doesn't show any guidance if you feel the call. It's really interesting because Wilson is in your username, and that came out in the love word scramble not that long ago. So I actually do want to channel into that as well. So, for those of you specifically connecting with this thread of energy, like Brooke is, where their twin flame and them are in a union in 5D and they receive signs, but the physical still doesn't show, I'm hearing right away to keep the faith. And I keep hearing something about the heart, like dropping into the heart. I keep getting the sense that the mind wants to get in the way here and somehow block the knowing of the heart. And I'm hearing it like disrupts the peace internally if you let the mind get over involved here and try to block this knowing of the heart. And I'm hearing the heart knowing is always calm and pure and open. And I'm hearing knows that the two of you are connected. I'm also hearing that in 5D, the two of you are helping and assisting each other in many ways. I'm getting that the divine feminine in this situation with the garden and the gate card is being divinely protected here. I feel in most cases, you, whoever you are listening to this part of the reading, will most likely connect as the divine feminine. And what I'm getting is that you are actually being protected in this twin flame connection beyond what you may consciously realize. So you are in this energetic 5D union with your divine masculine counterpart. But I'm hearing this is sort of like a sweet spot of alignment right now, meaning that things have progressed as far as they can right now in the physical world with this divine masculine. And now things are continuing to come into balance, but you are actually being held. Like I literally see these arms around you of like your spirit guides, your ancestors, whatever divine forces you connect with. And they're like surrounding you with this warmth and this protection and this love. And what I'm getting is that represents the way that you are literally being held in this sort of like sweet spot of alignment as things come into balance in this twin flame connection. And it's interesting because I put these cards instinctively right under where I placed the happy family and the yin yang card. So I really feel as though you can feel the peace and like the energy of that union. But again, only when you're dropping into your heart. So there's this message coming through really strongly about letting go of fears or anxieties that could be blocking that knowing of the heart and letting yourself tap into that knowing on a deeper level. I'm also hearing that you can communicate with your twin flame on this higher self level and that you often feel this communication, but it's become so natural to you that at times you may not even realize how much you are in communication with your twin flame's higher self. And so again, I just keep hearing that message, like keep the faith. Now I'm picking up a separate thread of energy for someone, and I feel there's something about the truth being revealed about a particular person. The truth is being revealed. Okay, I'm going to be reading some of your messages as well here. So someone says, chronic overthinker. Yeah, I can feel my 5D and it's wonderful, but my 3D feels broken still. Yeah, so yeah, that actually connects with this truth is being revealed card here because when we talk about the truth that's being revealed, it's something happening at a collective level. It's not just something happening as far as the truth being revealed about a specific person in your life, although that could be really relevant to you, but it's also the truth of the energy that you've been cultivating within yourself beginning to show up in the physical. It's the truth of the 5D, so to speak, becoming the 3D or merging with the 3D. So I may talk about that a little bit further. I am reading some of your comments here. It's my first time live streaming in a little while, so bear with me here because I am trying to balance reading the messages versus doing the channeling. And again, it's a little bit new for me still. I think I've only done something like 5 lives so far. So I'm really happy if you're here live that you could be here to catch the messages. So I am going to scroll back and read through some of your comments here. Music is healing for the soul. Yeah, thank you to all of you who have been so kind and supportive of me sharing some of the songs that I've been channeling. I've been really opening that up more recently, and it's been overwhelmingly wonderful to see so many positive messages and comments from so many of you about that. So thank you. Okay. I get that in 5D there's mutual support, but we live in 3D. After 20 years, it's frustrating to deal with the push and pull, the longing, even with all the work I've done on myself. I would say that, in my opinion, is what makes the twin flame journey I would say, in my opinion, one of the most, if not the most challenging kinds of spiritual journeys that you could be on as a soul in this world. And the reason that I say this is because when you are so deeply and profoundly spiritually connected to a person, and you're also here incarnated as a human, it makes life inherently very complicated in many different kinds of ways. Your twin flame is like an energy that you feel with you all the time, no matter what you're doing, no matter where you are. And this can be really difficult even once you've learned to balance the energy within yourself and to come into that internal union in a way between your divine feminine and divine masculine. It can still be very heavy at times, especially if you are feeling a heaviness from your twin flame counterpart as well. So I truly believe that only the strongest souls choose to be on a twin flame journey because of how challenging it is. It's almost like you're operating on multiple levels all at once. You're always in the 5D and connected to your twin flame, but you're also still, of course, living this 3D physical human life. And so much of what I love to talk about here on this channel is, I feel at this point in our journey as a collective, how to get back into really letting yourself live that 3D physical life to the fullest, because you're here to create, you're here to build something, you're here to share your soul with the world in whatever way that looks like for you personally. So it's really my biggest goal through these readings and through all the videos I create to help you to connect more with that sense of purpose for yourself, and to find ways to let yourself enjoy your physical life experience here on earth more as well. Because I feel like when you're someone who is deeply spiritual, and especially if you're an old soul, which I know many of you are, it's very easy to be so 5D oriented and spiritually oriented that it's easy to forget sometimes to just let yourself live as well, which sounds so simple. But as many of you know, it's definitely not always that simple. Okay, so I would say the most advantageous way to get our divine masculine to come forward is to be in the space of allowing and not just waiting, holding space energetically and following our joys. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Yeah, the energy of self love is incredibly magnetic to the divine masculine. And it's interesting because, okay, I just pulled the Caring Connections card in the reverse position. So I feel like I'm picking up on another thread of energy here. It feels as though I am picking up a thread of energy of someone who is feeling like they are not being shown love, care, or support in the physical by a particular person. So it's almost like you can sense this love from someone, but it's not showing up in the physical 3D world, or you're not being actively cared for in some kind of way by this person. And I'm hearing that the bar has raised for you. So the standard has raised for connecting with you. I'm hearing even your spirit guides and your ancestors and your higher self have played this active role in literally raising the bar on who is allowed to connect with you energetically, emotionally, and especially romantically. And they're only holding space for what is balanced. And this is actually illuminating a lot of truths right now about connections in your life that are imbalanced with the yin yang card here in the upright position, because I'm picking up on someone who's literally in the energy of union. So you are in this energy where the only connections that can really reach you are the ones that match that energy of union, that connect with you at that higher level in a balanced way. And what I'm hearing is it's interesting because this is now calling me back to that deceit card reversed and all of this truth being revealed. And I'm getting that another truth being revealed here is in many different relationships and connections, there is truth being revealed about which of those connections is balanced and which of them are not. And any connections that are not balanced, that are not reciprocated and equal, are going to be, in essence, coming to the forefront. It's going to become more noticeable when someone is not reciprocating with you. And again, this is not just a romantic revelation of truth coming up here. This is true in friendships, in your community, in the workplace. I'm actually hearing that certain people may be very triggered as they realize that they can't access you in the same way anymore. So you might notice that certain people legitimately seem to get triggered because your energy does not feel as accessible to them. They feel, I'm hearing, as though you're drifting away or as though you're not as available as like you used to be or something like that. They may even project that onto you. They might tell you like, "Hey, you don't seem to be as available as you used to be," or "I can't get a hold of you," or "I can't reach you." What they don't realize is it's not that you're intentionally cutting them out. I mean, in some cases maybe you are, but what I'm getting is that in most cases, it's an energy thing. You're literally being disconnected in the energetic realm because you're on such different frequency bandwidth levels that the only way they can reach you is by going through a higher energy level. Beautifully being said, once I was able to let go of the desire to be in physical union, I've been able to lean into the experience lessons and love created through it for inspiration going forward. Yeah, detachment is so powerful, regardless of the outcome that you desire with a particular person or connection, whether it's a twin flame or a soulmate. If you can remember that you are the prize that you can't lose because no matter what happens, you have you. No matter how that relationship goes or that connection goes in the physical, you have you and you are the most beautiful, wonderful, magnetic being in existence. If you can remember that about yourself and really lock in that energy, that is actually what makes you, ironically, super magnetic for the things and people that you desire. When you remind yourself that you can't lose because you have you. Yeah, I literally have the manifestation card, the cornucopia card at the bottom of the deck again, like just reminding us that that is what keeps you in this seat of your manifestation power. Someone said, "Hello from Happy Valley, Oregon, first time live. Let me say thank you and we love you infinity." I love you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. Does the DM go through the dark night of the soul like the DF? Yes, the divine masculine goes through the dark night of the soul, but the way that the divine masculine goes through the dark night of the soul is more, it's different than how the divine feminine goes through it. I was going to say it's more subtle, but really it's more internally, it's processed differently. So the divine feminine is a feeler and an expressor. So the divine feminine feels and expresses and creates and metabolizes with energy immediately. And so often when twin flames or high level soulmates connect and it triggers a dark night of the soul, the divine feminine feels the weight of all of that instantaneously. Oftentimes, because the divine masculine processes energy slower just inherently, because they receive energy through the root chakra, whereas the divine feminine receives it first through the crown chakra, which is faster moving. So for the masculine, often what happens is when they connect with their divine feminine, it's as though they begin to process that energy subconsciously. So it looks buried at first. It starts in the root chakra. And then, like molasses, it slowly moves through the lower chakra centers and up to the heart. So often, what you see in a twin flame dynamic, especially, but again, this can happen in high level soulmate situations sometimes as well. But what you often see is it can look at first as though the divine feminine is going through the worst period of time of their life, whereas it can appear that the divine masculine is perfectly fine and not going through anything. But that's actually an illusion because they are feeling the same energy. They're just processing it at a different rate. They're metabolizing it differently through the lower chakras first, which move more slowly. And so they can look as though they're just burying their feelings or just holding them subconsciously, but that can't hold forever. And it becomes a weight for the divine masculine that eventually, has to be felt. And so eventually it will meet in the heart where the divine feminine will metabolize all that energy and drop into their heart space. And then the divine masculine will work their way up to the heart. The problem is if the divine feminine reaches down and tries to overcompensate and do that processing work for the divine masculine instead of staying in their heart and allowing space, then it can slow down the process because the divine masculine has to be inspired and like magnetized up to the heart space, essentially. And so when the divine feminine stays in their heart, I'm smiling reading some of your comments, but when the divine masculine stays in their heart, it inspires, or when the divine feminine stays in their heart, it inspires the divine masculine up to the heart space as well. This is very heavy work for them to do as well, because not only is the energy moving slower in those lower chakra centers, but the divine masculine is also processing some very heavy societal programming that is very wounded around what it means to show up as a masculine energy in this world. That programming is designed to keep them disconnected from the heart space. But when you, as the divine feminine, stay in your heart, you inspire them up to that level. I mean, staying in your heart without overcompensating, without overreaching, staying connected to yourself, your self love, your own emotional experience. So, I've been following for many years. Thank you so much for everything. You've helped me through so many moments. Thank you so much. Thank you for being part of this journey. The Joy of Dreams says, listening from the Netherlands, following you for years. Thank you for joining me for so long. I love reading so many comments and messages from you guys who have been on this journey for years. Keeps me in my flow state and my confidence is fierce. That is amazing to hear. Okay, so what else can I channel for our collective here? Okay, so the goddess of the moon in the upright position, I'm picking up on a divine feminine here who is very much stepping into their power. Their intuition seems to be coming online in a stronger way than ever before. For some reason, I keep getting the color blue. So maybe that's significant to you in some way. I'm also getting the words from the love word scramble: rose, coach, queen. Maybe you're very much in your queen energy as the divine feminine. Mars, hospital, the name bin, southern, 30, giving, record. I saw a record player in my mind's eye. Okay, so this is going to be a message for a divine feminine who has been stepping into their power in a different kind of way lately. And this is now circling me back to earlier. We talked about someone who was not showing this active love and care for you, but was feeling it very strongly. And what I'm getting is that they're feeling so much emotion for you that they can't explain. This is a masculine here who is very much in their heart. They have no idea what to do about these feelings because with door to value reversed, they feel as though they don't have anything valuable to offer you. So if this message is for you, then you are a divine feminine who is feeling like you can tell in your intuition. Your intuition has been telling you that this masculine has been feeling a lot of emotion towards you that they just aren't showing in the physical. The reason that they're not showing it is because it's like I keep hearing them tell themselves, what would they want to do with me? Like, I don't have anything valuable to offer here. This is someone really struggling with a low sense of self confidence within themselves. And it's almost like they see you as having everything. They really have you on a pedestal here. They see you as their ideal, is what I'm picking up on here. And so let me see if I can get any other information about this. So, who is this person coming through here? What else can I channel? Cornucopia. So it really feels like this masculine is trying to manifest you. What's really strange is it's like they're trying to send you all of this energy and manifest you, but they're not doing anything about it in the physical. But I'm hearing that the more you stay focused on yourself, even when it's really difficult, the more that they seem to step up and come towards you. Now, for some reason, my guides are giving me a very specific sign here. They're saying that if this is for you, you may notice that lately you've been seeing people who seem to resemble this masculine. So it's almost like you think that you've been seeing them out in public or whatnot lately. but then it's not them. And like your brain for a second thinks, wait a second, did I see that person? That's a sign that they've actually been thinking about you very, very heavily and feeling a lot of emotion towards you. And even like unconsciously trying to manifest you. They've been sending you all this energy. Now, of course, I don't feel like they're consciously trying to manifest you in this case because I feel like this is a masculine who isn't necessarily that interested in spirituality or anything like that. It feels like they're unconsciously manifesting you, meaning they're sending you so much emotional energy and you're picking up on all of that. But then it's like they're not doing anything about it because they don't feel worthy. I'm hearing I don't feel worthy to enter your temple. There's something about not feeling worthy to like go into your home space. Maybe if you knew this person, they would like not want to go into your home or something like that. I feel like that's a really specific message. I'm not sure how that's going to relate to someone. Someone said, or the magical medium said, "Oh, I love that name. Dude, if you only knew. Also, I'm wearing rose colored pants, blue hoodie, and blue nail polish. And I just finished a reading and feeling the queen energy." Wow, I love to hear that. What an amazing day it sounds like you've been having. And I love the blue nail polish too. Michelle said, "Hi, thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much." Okay. So, yeah, this person thinks you have everything and they feel like they have nothing, but there's still like this page wanting to come towards you. The word I keep getting is illogical. They don't feel that their feelings for you are logical. They keep asking themselves, how is it possible that I feel this much for this divine feminine? I'm hearing, what kind of hold do you have on me? This is almost the energy of a masculine who thinks that you put some kind of spell on them. Like, this is someone who is literally awestruck. They can't understand why they're feeling such emotion for you so strongly. But the thing about this is, with the indecision card reversed, is I actually feel that this masculine is getting to a place where even though their feelings are not logical for them, they're decisive. They're like, okay, I'm not doing anything about this now, but I'm going to have to do something about this. Like, I can't just sit in this energy. That's what I'm picking up from this masculine. Like, they're realizing they're going to have to do something about this. So I'm going to go ahead and channel some messages for this. So let's get oriented here. I'm going to pull from some of my other card decks here. So I'm reading some of your messages in the meantime. All of your readings have literally changed my entire life. Thank you, Soul Sister. Thank you so much, the magical medium. I've loved reading your messages. Love from Sweden. Anne said, thank you so much. Okay. So, what is going on with this person? Soulmate. So, there's clearly a very strong soulmate or twin flame connection here. And you know what? I think the reason we pulled the soulmate card is because even if you would call this person a twin flame, which for some of you, this may be a twin flame, maybe a soulmate, but in either case, soulmate is the word that they would use to describe you. So, what I'm getting is like, this person would call you a soulmate because they're not really into spirituality. I'm hearing, I didn't believe in soulmates until I met you. This is someone who literally didn't believe in the idea of soulmates. But I'm hearing something about your eyes and like the connection that they had to you, especially through the eyes instantly. And something about you keeps calling them back to that memory. Like, they keep remembering how it felt to look into your eyes, and they keep like somehow replaying those moments. I'm hearing stage. I don't know if this is a performer or there's something about a stage that could be relevant for you. I also am getting the words from the love word scramble: breakfast, orange, location, town, arrow, piano, plane, garage, radio, season. Okay, so what else? Oh, a card just came out here, masked. Okay, so a masked soulmate, a soulmate who is concealing, and I got the card daydreaming, concealing how much they're feeling for you. I saw the number 555 in the chat, which can represent very rapid change taking place. So it feels as though this is a masked soulmate. I heard something about like the show The Masked Singer. I've never seen it, but there's something about how like the true identity of this person, this soulmate, I'm hearing it's almost like their true identity hasn't been revealed, which sounds strange because I know this is someone that you've met or that you know if this reading is for you. but their true identity hasn't been revealed. I felt a wave of chills. That's always my sign of spiritual confirmation. So I feel very strongly that this is someone who feels as though you never really, it's almost like there were parts of themselves that they held back or that they didn't show you. From their perspective, they feel as though they didn't show you all of themselves. The ironic thing is, you did see all of them, even though they weren't actively showing it in the physical. What they don't realize or what they haven't completely recognized is how intuitive you are and how in sync you are with them and how you knew everything essentially about them without them needing to tell you. I'm hearing even in the first glance or like the first connection you had with this person, you felt that you knew them and you were never connecting with them because of anything material, all those things about them that they may be looking at that they're telling themselves they're unworthy because of something related to their finances or their career or something physical or their appearance. But what I'm getting is like they think that they were holding up some kind of illusion with you, but you saw through the illusion. There was never really an illusion because you saw right through it. You saw to the heart of this person. The word laughter is coming out. So you may have connected over shared humor with them as well. And we also have blocked in the reverse position. So I feel like this is someone who I'm hearing they're unblocking communication towards you. I don't know if there was like some kind of literal block here, but I feel like something is being unblocked in the communication between the two of you. The challenging part is I feel that if this message is for you, they've been sending you so much energy recently that it can be really difficult to stay grounded and not to be reactive to the energy that they're sending you. But I almost feel ironically that if you were to react to the energy that they're sending you and reach out to them first, it might actually prevent them from fully coming towards you as strongly as they could you allow things to if you allow things to evolve and unfold naturally, if you stay in your power. I'm laughing because we just pulled Goddess of the Moon again, reminding you to stay in your power here. So I'm going to scroll up in the comments and read some of them here. When we met, we were on the same level. I left him behind and kept learning and growing, JJ Molina said. I feel that that's an experience that many people have. It's extremely difficult sometimes because often, especially when you meet a very spiritually activating connection like a twin flame or a soulmate, they trigger you to evolve yourself. But then it's almost like you get to this point where you feel that you have to choose between trying to overcompensate and bridge for that other person's healing. It's almost like you have to choose between that and like continuing to evolve and choosing your own self and your own evolution. The thing is, when you choose your evolution and it's a true deep soul connection or a twin flame, ultimately they will rise with you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for the gift, the cataclysmic awakening, I think. I don't think I've ever received a gift on YouTube before, but I really love the sun. I hope you're all getting some sunshine where you are. Thank you so much. Yo Asakura, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, 97. Thank you for your generous donation. It was so sweet of you guys. Okay, so I am going to be reshuffling some of the cards here, and I'm also double checking the chat. Okay, so Heather Poyer said, I discovered this channel in the middle of the night during my awakening, during the excruciating pain. Even if I didn't resonate, I learned a lot from your advice. I also learned a lot about my own gifts. That's so beautiful to read. Thank you, Heather, for sharing that. I'm happy that this channel could help to connect you with some of that knowingness of your own spiritual gifts. That's really one of my biggest goals through this channel because I know that so many of you have so many spiritual gifts and abilities. And I hope that through this space, we can inspire and empower each other to tap into all of those gifts more strongly. Cyan or Cayenne says, the weather is beautiful out today. I can see the golden rays because the sun is about to set. That is so lovely. I love sunset and sunrise. Definitely one of my favorite times of the day. Happy Thursday, everyone. And Infinity Fez Mystic Faith says, Happy Thursday. I hope you're having an amazing day. Let me know if you'd like me to do more lives, by the way. Do you prefer lives or videos? I obviously have been doing videos for years and I've really just started doing lives here and there. KJP0404 says, is there anything my spirit guides would like me to know? Thanks for this channel. You're amazing. Sure. Let me go ahead and channel into that. I'm feeling guided to that comment. I'll see if anything comes through. I heard dream. So I feel as though there's some kind of dream on your heart with the heart chakra card here. I'm hearing hidden dreams. So there might be some kind of element of this that you're still discovering or uncovering. Can I get information? But I also feel that at the same time, with Angel of Balance reversed, there may be moments where you feel a sense of overwhelm or you feel, I'm hearing as though things in the physical world aren't fully lining up with what you're dreaming or what you're feeling energetically and emotionally. And I'm getting this very strong message about continuing to pursue whatever this dream is, whatever is in your heart here, and continuing to let this unfold. Can I get any more messages? Yeah, I'm hearing the word optimism, something about staying optimistic about this dream or this pursuit or whatever it is that you are creating or doing here. Indecision reversed. Yeah, I'm hearing stay the course with where your heart is leading you. That is the strongest message that seems to be coming through. So, yeah, with caring connections reversed in the temple path, I feel that at times you may feel unsupported for these dreams or the things you're doing. There may be people around you who don't seem to really get you or to support you. But I'm hearing that as you keep living from your heart here and pursuing this and staying the course, staying connected to your heart and letting this dream unfold, it's going to align you with your highest pathway in this life. So I feel that that is a message coming through really, really strongly. I'm going to be going back in the chat a little bit. Really quickly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for the gift, White Lotus Tarot. I saw that come through while I was channeling. That was so incredibly sweet of you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Susie Q's now says, been with you for a few years. Thank you so much for sharing your heart, your guidance on Twin Flame Journey. Any guidance for me too with G? I will shuffle and see if any cards want to come through. Oh, wow. Right away, I got the Healer of the Ages and Happy Family. So I'm really picking up on someone going through a profound healing right now. And specifically, it seems to be connected to their throat chakra. So it seems as though this is, I'm hearing, helping them to be more communicative and expressive of their own truth. I feel like I'm hearing the more this person heals, the more they open up. I also got the happy family card, and this is definitely my union card in the deck. I'm hearing peaceful times ahead, and it feels like there's just this really beautiful, harmonious kind of energy in the future for the both of you. But I'm hearing something about this person opening up very slowly. It's like a slow, gradual opening and a reconnection more and more to their own truth, which seems to be allowing them to be more expressive. And then in turn, that seems to open pathways towards some kind of union or connectedness between the two of you as well. So that's what I'm picking up there. And I also, that's sitting on the third eye. So I feel as though you're very intuitively connected and your intuition is very much aware of all of this as well. So someone said, found your channel yesterday. Well, thank you. Welcome to the channel. I love to hear from newcomers who are just discovering the channel and connecting here. Thank you so much, Joyfully Seeking, for the kind and generous donation. Okay, so I always wondered if you're reading from a prompter because you are so fluent in your readings. I don't know why. Your messages always resonate. Oh, thank you so much. Joy and Authenticity sent me a gift. I literally have never even seen these gifts before. They're making me smile and it's so cute when they go across the screen. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what a prompter is. Is that like what the news anchors use when they read news messages, but I don't read from a prompter. But thank you, though. I do feel that I've been able to get stronger a bit over the years through this journey. I used to have to stop a lot when I was channeling because it would be so overwhelming and intense. And now I'm so excited to be able to actually do lives and to come on live like this. And I know many of you relate to that as well because I know many of you are tarot readers or intuitives, or you have things that you're doing or creating that you are becoming. Oh, Susie Q said, wow, yes, it's his energy. Thank you so much. It was an honor. Thank you. I'm happy that connected for you. Okay, I reached out during Aries season. My guides are blocking the connection right now. Yeah, Aries season has been intense. I don't know how you guys have been handling all of this energy. I feel lately, the last few days, there's been sort of like a breath of fresh air, but I would love to know if you've been feeling a bit of an energy shift lately. I know that when so many, I don't really know exactly what's going on at the moment astrologically. I haven't kept up with it, but I know a lot of planets have been in Aries, and that was an incredibly intense time. And now I am definitely noticing a bit of a shift in the air. Yeah, it's Taurus season now. Let me know if you're a Taurus. I'm definitely picking up on some Tauruses and some earth sign energy out there. I also feel that someone here is connecting with an Aries, like in a romantic context. Is anyone here connecting with someone who's an Aries? Because I feel like I may have a message from someone's Aries person. Okay. So, yeah, someone said me. Yes, Aries. I'm an Aries. Someone said, okay. So I'll channel into this. So I am going to shuffle the cards for someone dealing with an Aries or someone who has Aries in their birth chart. The Magician and the Mirror. So what I'm getting is that something here is coming into balance in a twin flame or soulmate kind of connection. And there does seem to be Aries energy here, whether it's Aries energy in someone's birth chart or whether it's the season of Aries. And I'm hearing that there's been some kind of like separation or disconnect that's been allowing both people involved here to come into greater balance within themselves. And with the constraints card reversed, this has been a time of shifting perspectives, is what I'm hearing from both sides. So it's been like it's like both people here are opening their minds to a different kind of perspective, is what I'm picking up on here. With the crown chakra reversed in community, I feel like the Aries that I'm picking up on here is someone who, in a way, has been like in denial of the spiritual side of this connection, or they've been trying to deny the spiritual aspects of this connection by filling up their time with just like things in their immediate physical life, whether it's like people or things around them. Or in some cases, I'm hearing just literally like busying themselves in their life, trying to stay as busy as they can so that they don't have to go inward and reflect on a deeper level. But I'm hearing something about that running out, like those. I'm hearing excuses are running out. I feel like just distractions may be running out. Like they can't distract themselves anymore. They're being pushed to have some kind of breakthrough here. And honestly, there's a heartbreak element here with the broken heart card. I feel like this person is feeling brokenhearted. I'm hearing they're feeling everything that they've been repressing. The interesting thing about this is I feel that you in the beginning were feeling this heartbreak really heavy in the beginning of whatever this separation was. And it looked like this Aries or whatever person was unbothered, but it was really just that they were distracting themselves with things in their physical world or people around them. And now those distractions are running out. They feel like they've been running on empty. And now with the broken heart card here, they're feeling the weight of all of the emotions that they've been holding back for such a long time. And that's actually bringing things into balance here. It's causing them to appreciate you in a different kind of light with the appreciation card here. I'm getting a very strong message about that. And yet, with the garden and the gate, the thing is now you are protected at this point. So, what I'm getting is like you actually may have felt everything you needed to feel around this situation and let yourself sort of like move forward. But what I'm getting is that this person is now feeling everything that you felt in the beginning. They're feeling literally everything that you felt initially, all of the heartbreak, all of the pain. It's all like hitting them all at once. And interestingly, I feel like you had already moved forward or detached to some extent. Not that you still weren't feeling this person's energy, but I feel like you learned how to kind of healthily move forward or detach. But now they're feeling everything that they were trying to block out initially. I'm actually getting that there's a larger message for someone right now about how this happens a lot in your life generally, where you feel everything that others may try to repress. And so a lot of times you may get labeled as like the black sheep of a family or a community or a society, or you may be called too sensitive, or you may come off as too emotional. And what I'm getting is you just have this beautiful, beautiful ability to be able to feel things on such a deep level. And this is because you literally process energy and emotion instantaneously in the moment, whereas other people tend to kind of like keep that energy blocked up and pent up within them. But your ability to transmute energy in this way is truly such a gift. And I feel like that's something that you are meant to be tapping into in like some kind of a stronger way. And so I am going to be checking the chat here a bit. The blue star says yin yang rebalancing. Okay, so Manda XO 8888. I love that number sequence says, "Hi, is there any divine guidance or clarity for this year related to my love life? Thank you so much for your kind and generous donation. I will see if any messages want to come through. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much for the kind donation, DeWitz Chork. I really appreciate it." Okay, so I'm going to be reshuffling some of the cards here. Okay, so divine guidance or clarity related to your love life this year. I keep getting this really fresh, new kind of energy. For some reason, with man holding a heart reversed, I'm picking up on the energy of someone that things have felt really blocked with in the past. I feel like there was someone who may have left you feeling rejected or left out in the colds, or at least that seems to be kind of what is coming up in the energy here. And what I'm picking up is that this may have really affected you and left you with some feeling of heaviness, but I keep getting this like newness around the year. I feel with walking away that there is this sense of you really raising your standards and being very firm on your boundaries. This may be something that's already starting to happen. I'm getting the word self respect. So I feel like you're on this journey of like deeply respecting yourself, your time, your space, and your energy. And this has been bringing up a lot of very heavy attachment wounding for you that you've been healing with the attachment card. And it's also making you a much more powerful manifester, specifically through your throat chakra. I feel like there's either something that you do or a talent you have, or something that you will be able to do using your throat chakra. And this is going to bring you a lot of success and abundance, or it's a very powerful way for you to manifest because there's something about you sharing the energy of your voice or your truth that is incredibly powerful. But I just also feel that there are things that you've had to walk away from out of self respect, whether it's friendships or life circumstances or romantic situations. But all of this work that you've been doing on yourself is catapulting you into this new beginning. And you've been sensing this coming for a while because you're very intuitive with the sun card here. I'm getting something about water. Maybe someone's a water sign who's involved here, or the ocean or a body of water is significant to someone. But I really feel as though an energy that's been feeling very stuck in your life, which may be your love life, because I know that that's what you were asking about specifically, but it seems like it's going to be getting unstuck, but almost like in an unexpected way. Like as you're focusing on whatever you're doing with your throat chakra that is bringing about this manifestation, whatever you're creating or expressing, it's like you're going about doing that. And then suddenly a new door opens in connection with your love life. I feel that this new energy coming in love is going to be there's a person here who really connects with your mind and your intellect that you can have these amazing conversations with. I feel like you're a very intelligent person. And I just keep hearing that this person loves your mind and that they've been coming into balance right now in their own life, whether it's someone from your past returning or someone new. It feels like they've been in this process of getting to a place where they're ready to either meet you or reconnect with you. And I feel this like I'm hearing that song, the start of something new. It feels like the start of something really new and beautiful. But again, it seems to happen as you're more focused on yourself and whatever this form of expression is for you through your throat chakra here as well. So I hope that that was helpful for you. So I'm going to be reshuffling a bit more here. We feel attached because our DMs are tugging on the cord, missing, and regret. Yeah, I'm trying to move forwards, and all of a sudden, waves of emotion come over me. Yeah, it's a really challenging thing because there is that perpetual cord of attachment. And so when one person pulls on that, the other feels it in a really strong way. Someone said, my energy is so strong and I know it. I'm grateful. That is so beautiful. I'm so happy to hear that. Christopia says, can you get anything on me and my journey with my twin flame? I feel her constantly in meditation. The only thing that calms the energy, currently no contact. Yeah. The reason that, of course, as you already know, that meditation will calm the energy is because when you're quieting your mind, you're connecting on the higher plane where everyone and everything is connected. So it's soothing you and soothing your mind because you're connecting at this higher level. Currently, no contact. I immediately heard the word struggling when I tapped into her energy. So I feel as though she is struggling very heavily at this time, especially emotionally. I'm hearing something about pushing away, like pushing you away and pushing things away generally because of struggling. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts. User X, I can't pronounce that. Deug. Thank you so much. Yeah, it seems like she has been, I'm hearing self sabotaging because I just keep seeing like her closing doors, self sabotaging because there are these fears surfacing. But there's something as well about being really busy with something like work or life and just trying to not feel those emotions that are creating that struggle. And I feel like you're kind of on the other end here trying to stay aligned with your highest pathway with the temple path card in the upright position. You're also someone who's deeply intuitive and spiritually gifted with the third eye chakra card. And I feel like the reason that you're feeling her energy more strongly is because your intuition is very loud. You have a very strong intuitive ability. So you're more aware of that energy flow between the two of you. Whereas I feel like when I tap into her energy, there's like this kind of heaviness. Yeah. And I literally pulled the attachment card when I said that. There's this heaviness and this sense of just, I'm hearing trying to get by, feeling really busy, just trying to stay focused. I get the feeling over and over of someone just like trying to stay focused on like their work or like whatever it is that they're doing because they're trying not to feel their emotions so heavily. They're trying to avoid that chaos with the storm warning card in the reverse position. So I really hope that that is helpful for you. Okay, so go away 123 says any advice on how to detach but still send love? The best way to send love is through the portal of loving yourself because we're all interconnected. And so, ironically, often when we're consciously focused on the idea of like consciously sending love to the other, the issue can be sometimes it can come from this place of lack unintentionally where we are so heavily trying to like send the person love actively that it's coming from almost like this lack fear space of like, are they going to receive it? Are they going to feel it? And it can be felt by the other person as like a heaviness. So, ironically, the best way to send love to someone you're soul connected to is to tap back into your own heart and to express that love towards yourself, to create a kind of warm, loving force field of that unconditionally loving energy around you that also becomes so magnetic by tapping into that internal self love. I heard the word self care very strongly. So when you care for yourself, when you love yourself, it actually allows you to naturally emanate a frequency of unconditional love that is really strongly felt by everyone in your field, especially those that you are deeply connected to on a spiritual level, such as a twin flame or a soulmate. So I really hope that that was helpful. Okay, so what I researched is divine feminine bringing our energy down from the crown chakra to the heart. The DM moves from the root to the heart. So we balance each other. They work more in 3D, we work more in 5D. Yes, that's exactly true. That's also the beauty of coming into a union, because when you come into a union, it's really beautiful, whether it's an internal union or an externally manifested one, or both, if that's something you're manifesting. I know we all have unique journeys, but the beauty of union is that it allows us to balance both the 3D and the 5D. And specifically, when it manifests as a physical divine union, the beauty of it is, even though we've learned how to balance our internal masculine and feminine on our own to come into that inner union, when it's externally manifested, it allows us to sort of delegate in a way in the physical, where we can feel as though one, the divine feminine can go deeper into the spiritual realm and higher into the 5D, and the divine masculine can then, on kind of like the other end, be able to stabilize more in the physical realm. And so both are benefiting equally because they're able to, in a way, more so specialize, as opposed to needing to do everything on their own in that kind of like hyper independent state. So often, after that period of time of hyper independence that we go through, where we learn how to do everything on our own, where we learn how to be both the masculine and the feminine, we get to this state where we desire to attract a union in the physical. And again, this may not be for everyone, but for many, because it's like a physical manifestation of that inner balance that then allows you to be able to do more work in the spiritual realm if you're a divine feminine, or to feel more stable in the 3D if you're a masculine. So that container of union can be really, really powerful. Soul Garden said, "What do I do with my Aries?" Right away, I'm getting like a very intense kind of like, I don't know, like reactive energy in a way. Someone said, "I'm sorry, I can't pronounce your name, but thank you for the $5 donation. 1320, love will always find a way, long as there is a reason." Yes, that's such a beautiful thought. But to get back to Soul Gardens, what do I do with my Aries? I immediately just felt this very intense, strong willed, like stubborn kind of energy. And I'm hearing that like there's something about, I'm hearing something about like an ego battle or something. This person seeming to be like very fiery, for lack of better wording. And it feels like they seem to, I keep hearing something about responding to softness. When you say stay soft and open and confident and grounded within yourself, it seems as though this person seems to magnetically respond to that and want to move towards you, but they don't respond well to, I'm hearing like being put in a box in some sense. I feel like this is someone who really values their freedom and their time and their energy. And so they, it's like I feel them on a higher self level saying like, when you give me space, I will come towards you and like want to move towards you. But it seems important for you to stay in that like soft, open, self grounded sort of place within yourself, and to let this person come towards you instead of trying to push anything forward towards them. So I'm going to be reading some of your messages. Say Levi 111 says, "I'm going to sleep. Thank you, Infinity, for this live. Of course, in all of your readings. Much love and take care." Thank you so much for tuning in today. I so appreciate it. The Quantum Way 369 says, "I've moved through a lot of anger during this Aries new moon. Your reading regarding the twin flame 5D support was so resonant. Can you channel a specific message for me? He's also an Aries." I will see if I can channel anything. And then, of course, whenever I do specific channelings, they're meant to connect collectively. So the messages that I pick and respond to, a lot of times will connect to a certain collective dynamics. So use your intuition, take anything that connects for you. I believe nothing is a coincidence, everything happens for a reason. Immediately, I'm getting man holding a coin upright. I'm feeling a very powerful kind of awakening going through for the masculine in this situation. Specifically, though, this card is sitting on his third eye chakra. So I feel that there's an awakening happening when it comes to his sense of intuition. And I'm seeing this literal unblocking, like a fog clearing around this masculine's third eye chakra. I actually feel a lot of this anger that you've been processing may be connected with this twin flame. It feels as though I'm hearing as they're seeing the truth more clearly in their own life, it's surfacing feelings of tension, frustration, or anger for them that were like pent up or creating this kind of like fog because they weren't being consciously felt for them. I feel like there's a lot of energy flow between the two of you, specifically in the third eye. So you're feeling each other and processing for each other very strongly. And yet, yes, supporting each other in the 5D as well. With the community card, I'm hearing something about like some kind of like pathway towards a meaningful moment of physical connection or reconnection of some kind. It feels as though they've been extremely restless, seemingly struggling to like sleep or like ground themselves because they're feeling so much spiritual energy coming through that I'm hearing they're like unfamiliar with or like unfamiliar with processing. I'll see if anything else wants to come through here. Deceit in the reversed is coming out though. I really feel as though there's like going to be some kind of truth coming through. I'm hearing like it's a truth that you've been processing or feeling internally that I feel is then going to come forth from this person as like I'm hearing a deeper layer of this is peeled back or becomes more evident. Some kind of truth is going to become evident or obvious and I'm hearing you won't even need to look for it. It will just become evident or it will suddenly feel or appear obvious to you. So the strategy card came up here in the upright position. So I'm going to move forward to another thread of the energy here. I feel like there's some plan forming in the root chakra here. I'm going to see how this wants to show up for someone listening. I'm actually going to pull from the traditional tarot since I haven't been pulling much for this lately. White Winged Dove 1743 says, new as in reborn in this process, not new to the channel. Thank you for your channeling, Infinity. I've opened to my own channeling. It's so nice to resonate with your readings. That's amazing. Congratulations on opening to your own channeling. I love to hear that. Nina says, hi, Infinity. Love your readings. They've opened the door, but haven't communicated in 2 weeks. Wondering if I should stay silent. I'm getting a very resounding yes to that. I feel your instinct is to stay silent and to hold some kind of space here. And I'm getting the word processing very strongly. So I feel as though your person is processing something here. And something about like keeping the door open, keeping your energy soft and open towards them, but not pushing anything forward because there's something about this person being a little bit skittish or like they have this nervousness around them. There's something that they're processing. And so it feels important to stay centered in yourself and let this person come towards you, is what I'm picking up on here. Peace on Earth says, hi, Infinity, sending love from New Zealand. More than a year and no contact in 3D. He is a Cancer. Can you please channel anything from him? I will see if I can pick up anything. Sending you love back in New Zealand as well. Okay, so adjacent possibilities in the reverse position. Okay, so this is sitting on the heart. I feel very strongly I'm hearing like I'm hearing someone saying, "I can't go there." It's almost like they closed some door in their heart, and I'm hearing that they were scared because you opened something within them that sent like a flood of emotions through them. And then now it's almost like they're saying, it's like they're telling themselves, "I have to keep that door closed." It's almost like this Pandora's box within them where they know if they open that door, they're not going to be able to hold back everything that they're feeling here, I'm hearing it's too much. Like they feel overwhelmed by the emotional intensity of this. And so they're trying actively not to think about it with the thinking man in the reverse position here. But the interesting thing is, I feel that even at a distance, this person still can feel the warmth of your love. I feel like something in their life to them feels very cold right now in general. And they're working on getting themselves unstuck from something. I feel like they've been pouring a lot of energy and focus into working on something in their life that they've been trying to fix or resolve in some kind of way. And yet it feels like they feel this like warmth and this love from you. I'm hearing I remember your sunshine. I don't know why it's coming through that way. I don't know if sunshine or like summer is somehow significant to you, but there's like this sense that you brought so much warmth and sunshine into this person's life and peace as well with the storm warning card reversed. And yet also this like flood of emotions that for whatever reason they felt closed off to being capable of processing at the time, which seems to be why they pulled back. But I still feel that like you can feel a lot of their energy because they kept that thread alive between the two of you. I'm hearing they like pretended that they didn't, but it's like they still are feeding it energy emotionally. They've still kept that thread alive in some kind of sense here. So I just keep hearing like I miss your warmth. That's what I'm getting like from this person's soul. But then it feels as though they've shut some kind of door within themselves, at least for the time being, because it felt too intense to be able to process. Okay, so I'm going to be reshuffling some of the cards here. Okay, so let me shuffle here and see what wants to come through for our collective. Okay, we have financial constraints in the reverse position. I'm definitely picking up on a generational curse breaker, someone who is clearing feelings of lack and limitation that seem to stem like generationally. This feels like a very intergenerational thing. And I'm hearing first of a family. So I feel that if this reading is for you, you are like the first of a family or a generation to do or to create or to like move forward something in your life. And I'm hearing to truly appreciate yourself for this and to not underestimate this profound clearing essentially that you are doing for your entire family's line. I'm getting as well though that there's like a heaviness that comes along with this. Thank you so much for the donation, Soy Maria, and thank you for the donation, Rahul Sharma as well. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Okay, so yeah, I feel that you are planting in a new direction here. And this is why it feels so intense for you. I'm getting that if you've been feeling a lot of intensity lately, it's because you are planting and moving in a new direction. You're doing things that have never been done before. And with the world card in the reverse position, I get the feeling that at times it's like you're almost wondering, am I expanding or am I falling back? It's like you're not sure if you're in the shadow or the light, is what I'm getting for someone here. Heather says, I think my ancestors' spirits and my guides are protecting me from him. Yeah, I feel that in a lot of cases in our collective. There is that sense. Thank you so much, Shawnee, for the kind and generous donation. And I will go back through some of these messages as well to channel in here and there where I can. Okay, so yeah, the number 333 is coming up very strongly. I feel like someone's spiritual mission and purpose is being activated in a stronger way than ever before. And yet there's this feeling of like, am I falling backwards or am I moving ahead? And I'm seeing someone spiraling. It's like they feel as though they're in a spiral, but it's like that metaphor I've channeled before where you're actually moving up a spiral staircase. Can I get any more information? Yeah, the appreciation card is coming out here. Your guides and your ancestors are really trying to remind you to love and to appreciate yourself here, even though I feel that it can be really difficult at times because I do feel that there's like I'm hearing there's some burden of not knowing. There's something you feel like you don't know, whether it's like the outcome of something, the future, like how something is progressing, and yet you're continuing forward in faith here and being guided to keep trusting and appreciating yourself here. So I'm going to go back into the messages. Okay, so for Rahul Sharma, please share on my soulmate. She is a Leo. Thanks. And again, keep in mind when I channel for different people or threads of energy, I'm just using these as jumping off points. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Only take it if it connects for you. And these may be meant to connect with many different people. So I have the heart chakra card in the upright position. I'm feeling a lot of romantic energy, emotionally charged energy, but also it seems a lot of sacral chakra energy here as well. There's like a very strong magnetic sort of attraction here. I keep getting something about the eyes. So eye contact may be significant where someone may feel that someone's eyes are very beautiful. Specifically with the victory card, I see that this person seems to feel very optimistic about this connection. There's this sense of, I'm literally getting like a butterflies in the stomach kind of feeling, this like almost like a thrill sort of feeling, like a roller coaster. And with indecision reverse, I'm getting like a very strong bond of like mutual commitment and loyalty here. It's a very, very beautiful energy flowing through. It feels like the beginning of something that is going to grow into like this beautiful garden, is like kind of what I'm picturing when I envision this. And Shani says, could you channel for me, Gemini, and my DM Pisces? Thank you. Well, immediately when I read DM in your message, I felt this huge wave of like emotion coming through. I keep seeing like a forest in my mind's eye too. I'm not sure if that relates for someone. I'm hearing very different and yet alike. So I feel that it's interesting because I'm hearing alike at the core. Like you and this person, you seem very different in certain ways in the physical, and yet at the core you're very much alike. I'm hearing by nature, like when you're both connected to your true nature. I'm getting that like this person seems to be working on connecting with that more. And that actually seems to be what's created some complication here, is like they're working on connecting more with the core of who they are. Because when you're both at your core connected to your authentic selves, you seem to naturally really like be compatible with each other and to naturally connect with each other. This also may be why things seem to move in waves at times, where at certain moments you feel like you're flowing and like connecting so beautifully. And then other times things feel disjointed all of a sudden or like disconnected. I'm getting that this is because this person is working to connect more consistently with that core of who they are authentically. And then when they do that, that naturally seems to connect the two of you in a stronger way as well, because I'm hearing you realize how alike you are when you're both connecting with that like authentic version of yourselves. I am getting hostilities and appreciation. So I feel like this person deeply admires and appreciates you, but for some reason, on some level, it's like they are trying to fight that in some way at times, is what I'm sensing. And I feel with Garden in the Gate that like you are being very divinely protected by your guides and your ancestors in this situation. There's something about continuing to listen to your intuition and letting your intuition set the timing and like the pacing of this connection, because I'm hearing your intuition knows what it's doing here. And that if you're feeling guided like to or away from this person, or guided to communicate in certain ways or not to communicate in certain ways. And this goes for all areas of your life. Like there's this sense that you very much are connected to this like intuitive pacing and this knowing of when to speak, I'm hearing, and when to stay silent, when to hold a distance and when to move towards something or someone. So I'm really feeling that you're being guided to trust that on an even deeper level. Thank you so much for the donation, Nina. That was so kind of you. Okay, so let's see what else wants to come through here. Door to value in the reverse position. Once again, I'm just getting this energy of someone who is like doubting or questioning themselves. Ooh, I feel like I'm picking up on someone who feels like they made a wrong choice when they decided not to move towards you. I feel like you were really open, whoever I'm channeling into here, you were, I'm hearing recognizing the soul connection and very open to this person. And I feel like they were very much closed off in some sense. And it feels as though they didn't take that opportunity at the time to move towards you. And now they're feeling in this silent regret, I'm hearing, for what they chose. I'm trying to figure out, I feel like they may have chosen in this case like a karmic situation, but I'm hearing that karmic was already on the way out. It's like they chose something that was already ending and they knew that on some level, but they were in denial about it. I feel like you came into this person's life to activate them out of that karmic cycle or to help them close it out and start something new. And so there was like this whole timeline where the two of you were connecting in that new way, and you could feel that timeline playing itself out. But this person chose to not take the leap at that time. Like they chose to stay in the karmic cycle. Yeah. She's so dope. 33 says he missed his cue. LOL. Yeah, that's exactly what the message is. They missed the cue to get out of the karmic cycle and to jump into this new beginning with you. And now I'm hearing it was painful, but you worked your way to a state of almost like indifference. Not that you don't care about this person, but I feel like you now know your worth and your value, and they are now feeling your energy so strongly with the door to spirit in the upright position. So I'm hearing unbearable. It's like they're feeling you so strongly, it's becoming unbearable, because really what they're feeling with happy family as well is they are feeling this timeline where the two of you did stay connected, that timeline that didn't actualize itself in the physical, but that is playing itself out energetically, that has been playing itself out energetically. One Weird Jewel says, "Hey, my soul sister. Hi. It's so nice to see you here." Deborah says, "Tired, I am no longer attached." Yeah, that's the energy that I'm getting from you. There's this sense of like indifference. With the strategy card here, I feel though this person is formulating a plan. And I know some of you may not want to hear that. By the way, I wanted to say thank you so much to someone who joined as a member. It's Sarah Carr, member for 1 month, or you've been a member. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I am going to channel in for a second to your message in just a minute. But yeah, I am getting that this person now, they are making a plan. I know some of you aren't going to want to hear this because you've moved yourself to a state of indifference. And of course, you have free will. So choose whatever you want to do here. You, of course, follow your intuition. I always say your intuition is the compass of your life. You may not desire to reconnect with this person when they come back in. But what I'm getting so strongly is that they seem to want to come back in. They want to formulate some kind of plan towards you. I'm hearing, can we work things out? It's like I'm hearing they're wondering if you would even be open to the idea of some kind of reconnection. I'm also picking up that whatever they chose, whatever like karmic situation or relationship or whatever that was, that is now falling apart for them behind the scenes. So if you're connected to this person on social media or anything like that, that falling apart of that karmic relationship or connection may not have been made public yet, but I feel like you've been sensing it, because I feel like you keep kind of like maybe checking their profile or like wondering like, oh, I wonder if they're still with that person or if something has changed in their life, or like you've had this passing thought because you're very intuitive. And I'm getting that you've been picking up on this on some level. So anyway, Sarah Carr said, "I've been getting bombarded for weeks with visions, dreams, and downloads, and had a moment recently of seeing through his eyes in my mind, feeling the blinders rip off shockingly. Curious if you feel anything." Okay, I'm getting storm warning in the reverse position. I'm hearing something about some kind of like energy that was very intense now settling between the two of you. And it's creating more synchronicities or experiences like this, because that energy is now, I'm hearing it's like integrating itself. So it's becoming more tangible in a way. I also feel though that I feel like you've really been guided lately to let yourself open up more to your life, to life experiences, to making new connections, or to your physical world. And if not, I feel like new experiences like this are going to be coming into your life. And I feel like opening up to more of that is increasingly going to bring this energy and this situation more into balance with the yin yang card here. But I'm getting that it's almost like I see two wires crossing. And like the reason that these experiences are happening more is because your wires are very crossed with this person right now because of how the energy behind the scenes is actually coming into balance. So while it might be intense, it actually seems to be some kind of a positive sign here because it actually does mean that things are actively balancing out in the energetic realm. So I really hope that that was helpful for you. Okay, so thank you so much, Samantha Logan, for your kind donation. That was so sweet of you. And I also always see your comments under my videos. And thank you. I know that so many of you comment under a lot of my different videos, and I recognize many of your usernames. So thank you so much. It's so, so sweet of all of you to be part of this community and co creating here. Okay, so Amber says, tell me something positive and some type of timeline read into my energy. Thank you, Scorpio moon, Leo sun, someone new, Aquarius sun, Capricorn moon. I heard the word hopeful. Maybe I feel like there's like some glimmer of light coming through here as I channel into your energy. It feels like you've been through something very dark or very heavy, and like this new person or connection, there's such a hopeful energy around it. And I'm also hearing the word gift. I feel like this was sent to you into your life as some kind of gift, in a way, like to open you up to some kind of new connection or like a new experience in your life that would be sort of like that glimmer of hope after a period of time that has been really difficult. I'm hearing a message about how you need to know that it's so incredible how you've been able to maintain such a soft heart through everything that you've gone through in your life. That message is coming through very strongly. And with the yin yang card, I will say that this is my number one twin flame card in the deck, or for a high level soulmate. So I feel that there's a really beautiful energy flow between you and this new person. I'm also getting the word serendipitous. So it feels like there's a lot of faded energy around your connection, like you both experiencing synchronicities or feeling like you were meant to meet. With door to spirit, yeah, there's a very strong spiritual component. I'm hearing like you knew each other in your spirits when you met or when you connected. That seems to be coming through strongly. I also feel with walking away that you've had to walk away from something really difficult lately in order to enter this beautiful new timeline you're coming into now that is so harmonious. I feel like you had to let go of what couldn't meet you in your true worth and value in order to open up to what you truly deserve. It's like giving me that quote about how you had to walk away from, I can't remember the exact quote, but about like walking away from what I'm hearing like mistreated you or what like wasn't worthy of you in order to create space for what you really desire and deserve. And I feel like that may have been part of what was so heavy for you. But this new era of your life really does feel so beautiful. But I'm hearing it's because you created it to be, like because you had the courage to see the truth about someone or something, even when it was heavy, and to walk away from what wasn't meeting you where you truly deserve to be met. So I feel like you're opening up to a really beautiful new era of your life where you're going to be met differently because of how you've learned to love and respect yourself for who you truly are in a different kind of way. And it's really beautiful to witness. So I hope that relates to whoever needs to hear it. Yeah. Cass says, I definitely had to let go of what didn't match with me. Yeah, I feel like many people are experiencing that, even in things like friendship connections. Okay, so I'm picking up man holding a coin in the upright position. I feel like there is a very awakened divine masculine energy coming through here. By the way, If you do have any intentions you'd like to transmit to the live, then be sure to subscribe and like the video, as these are forms of energy transmission that often help me pick up on your energy. And also, if you want to think your intention very strongly right now, or think your question, or write it in the comments, or write it in the chat, or write it down, this helps to kind of focus and concentrate the energy. And hopefully, I'll be able to pick up on it more strongly. Often, when I ask people to do those things, I can start to feel a much stronger kind of like energy flow. Someone said 1982. Thunder said, I disconnect from so many so that I can be grounded. Yeah, I'm hearing that is the path of the awakened soul. I'm getting very much like a lone wolf energy from someone, the sense of often needing to detach from certain people or things to elevate to some kind of a higher timeline. Yeah, with the sun card. And I'm feeling that for whoever I'm channeling into here, this can be really lonely at times, but I'm hearing there's someone who can meet you there. There's someone who can match your energy, who, in a way, I feel like I'm picking up a very specific thread of energy. Only take this if it resonates. But it feels like there's someone coming through this, maybe a divine masculine who is very much a lone wolf themselves. And it feels like two people coming together who have both been doing it alone for a really long time. And then I'm hearing meet in the middle. It's like they come together and they, I'm hearing create this empire, this like really powerful, beautiful energy between the two of them. I'm also hearing something about how the presence of this person heals you emotionally and energetically because they're opening your heart to a softer kind of love and supporting you in this next phase, this kind of like new beginning energy that you are in now, that again, like you've been doing alone for a long time. Can I get any more information on this? I'm hearing what you don't see coming. So, with the crown chakra reversed, you may actually be surprised in the best way by this connection coming into your life. You might not necessarily see it coming in a sense until it happens. Yes, someone's Paolo says, I'm a lone wolf. Stacy says, I get messages saying to have a good week, and 2 days later, I get a how are you? They don't know how to stay away because they feel it. Yeah, I'm definitely picking up on a lot of connections that have that like intense magnetic sort of pulling feeling to them. Okay, so I'm going to be channeling into whatever else wants to come through here in the reading. Let me know if you enjoy the lives, by the way, if you want to see me do more of this in the future. Canvin says, hi, I love listening to your content. I'm stepping into my new chapter of life. It's been slow and somewhat stagnant, but I know I'm guided, and I recently felt the weight off my shoulders. Yeah, the sense I'm getting for so many is, and by the way, this requires so much bravery because many people never allow themselves to step into that new chapter because of the uncertainty that it comes with. And because often, especially in the early stages of converging, of coming together, it can feel really slow. And so you can have that sensation of doubting the vision or wondering if like you're falling behind or moving forward. But it's so beautiful that you've had the courage to let yourself step into this. And I feel that that weight off your shoulders sensation is really a sign of what is coming for you, what is manifesting for you in this new beginning. So thank you so much for sharing that beautiful message. I'm reading through all of your messages here. Love the live. Energy is so elevated when you're live. Yeah, I really have loved going live too. Thank you so much. Okay, so let me see if I can channel anything else here. Okay, we have the Four of Pentacles. So I see there's someone holding on to you very strongly. And yet I'm hearing not bringing balance to the table with the Two of Cups reversed. I feel like this is a person that it's like they're clinging on to you and you're feeling this heaviness as a result of that. But also, they don't seem to be bringing balance into your life because they don't seem to be balancing themselves, is what I'm picking up here. It's like they're just sitting or ruminating in this like very heavy energy, feeling like they missed an opportunity here with the Ace of Wands reversed with you, and yet not doing anything to bring themselves into balance. I do feel though as though it's like they're healing something very heavy on their heart. This may be related to family issues for them or like deep-seated inner child issues. And I get the sense as though I'm hearing there's an awakening on the other side of this. This very much feels like a divine masculine energy for some of you. And I feel as though I'm hearing this is an awakening in progress. But I feel like you've chosen to hold space for this person by moving forward with your life. It's been really difficult for you because you feel their energy so strongly and you have I'm hearing though they activated you into your journey of self-love and now you love yourself so much that you can't subject yourself to the heavy energy around this person. And so it's like you've had to set up boundaries or protect yourself in a way for your own good here. But then I'm hearing holding space is actually allowing their awakening. So the kind of surprise message that comes through from this divine masculine is that although they miss you and there's this intense heaviness around the energy, and I know it's probably difficult for you to handle at times, there's an awakening that's happening through this. And actually, you're holding space for that awakening by choosing to love yourself here, even when it's really difficult. I feel like I'm picking up on someone who it's like this journey of self love has been incredibly challenging because it's literally requiring you to trust some kind of process here, to trust that someone is going to bring themselves into balance or alignment as you hold the space for it, but knowing that you love yourself too much to be the bridge to do that for them. That's what I'm picking up on very strongly here. I'm reading through a lot of your messages. Thank you so much. Beauty for Love says abundant gratitude live. Anchor Divine says, when alone with no one to talk about things, listening to you is like a friend. So supportive. I love that. Thank you so much for saying that. I like to say that I love for these to feel like getting coffee with a friend or something like that. The Blue Star says, build it, they will come. Haya says, 444 likes. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull some more cards here. I can't believe we've been on for an hour and 40 minutes here. Thank you for tuning in and also bearing with me because I feel a little bit rusty. It's been so long since I've done a live, but I'm really, really enjoying this. Okay, so suffering in silence is the card that's coming out here. So if you feel that you're connected to someone who is suffering in silence, let me know in the live chat and I will try to tap in more strongly to that energy. Taylor says, you're such a morning, afternoon, and coffee friends. I love that. Go away 123 says, I just want to thank you for everything, Infinity. I love you. Love you too. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cass says, thank you for the free messages. It makes all the difference while I get my life together. You are so welcome. And you are doing such a beautiful job, so much better than you give yourself credit for. You are such a beautiful, beautifully sensitive soul with so much to share in this world. And you are so worthy of all the love that you give others. And I truly feel that everything is going to be aligning for you. And I am so honored to share this space with you. Queen of Glowing Heart says, energy of everything feels so different lately. Yeah, I've really been feeling that too. Calvin says, that's true. No one understands the dynamics. You have to keep it a secret in some way to protect what you know in your heart. Yeah, I am getting that when it comes to some very high level soulmate or twin flame connections coming into form lately, there's been this sense that there are certain people who tend to kind of like project onto these connections. I've done a lot of channelings recently about how these connections can be so triggering for a lot of people around them because not only are they very energetically intense for the two people involved, but also for anyone around two people in a very intense twin flame or soul connection, they can feel the reverberations of the energy between the two souls connected in that way. And it can actually feel very triggering. It can, in a way, call people into question. It can call their own wounds or sense of lack or limitation into question. Okay, so yeah, it's the biggest said. Yes, I think he's suffering in silence. Please read into our union. Okay. Kathy says, so excited to hear you live. Love you, Infinity. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Okay, so let's channel into this suffering in silence card. We also have the card sippin', which is like, I think supposed to be like sipping tea, rumors, gossip, nosy. This is someone trying to get information about you as they're suffering in silence. This is someone who I'm hearing is trying to figure out what you're up to, what's going on in your life. I feel like I may be tapping into someone who's I'm hearing gone ghost. Maybe you kind of like disappeared from the timeline this person was on. Maybe you moved locations or you like disconnected social media. I just get the sense of you having like disconnected from some past timeline. And now they're having this wake up call and like wanting to access you. If you have mutual friends, they're definitely asking those friends about you. It's like they're wondering what is going on in your life. I'm hearing, are you seeing someone? Are you connected with someone specifically? If this is romantic, they seem very interested in your love life, wondering what is going on in your love life, who you're connected to. They're trying to pull their life together right now too with the 10 of swords in the reverse position. There is this sense of them going through a very difficult time right now. It feels like something became very, very heavy and it's kind of on its last legs here. I feel like this could be some kind of karmic pattern or relationship or connection that really expired a long time ago. When I say it expired, I mean that the lessons were already learned a long time ago, but they stayed in it past that so called expiration date. And now, with the star card in the reverse position, this is someone who has felt lately as though their life has been really monotonous. There's something about like moving back home or connecting with family or childhood friends or their childhood and almost like remembering parts of themselves that they'd forgotten. I feel specifically there's a childhood friend or a family member that they spoke to about you. And I'm hearing this person was encouraging them to just throw caution to the wind and to open up to you how they were feeling. But I hear them saying, like, oh no, it's been too long. Like, I can't just come out of the blue and I'm hearing I can't just come out of the oblivion and say something to this person after such a long time. There's something about the moon or like nighttime coming out here. Maybe you would connect with this person at night. I'm also getting the words aboard, dad. Someone could be a father here or have children, European, radio, camera, Russia, attention, the name David, bicycle, adventure, apartment, news. Those are just some love words, scramble words coming through here. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this person's whole life is getting turned upside down right now, but it's almost like all they can think about is you. They feel as though I'm hearing everything is about to change or everything is changing. I'm seeing stars as well here. Yeah, I feel as though they feel like they're falling apart, but the reason for this is because they didn't allow a realignment that was supposed to happen when the two of you met. Now it's like, again, they're suffering in silence, trying to figure out what to do with all of this energy. I'm getting they may be dreaming about you as well, or you may be dreaming about them because dreams seem to somehow connect you or like be a very strong connection between the two of you. I just get the sense that it's like they're trying to kind of pull themselves together to like prepare to do something about this, or at least that's what this friend from their childhood or their family member told them to do, like to throw caution to the wind and to do something about this, to like come forward in some kind of way, is what I'm picking up on here. Okay, so can I get any other information? Okay, Nikki, thank you so much for your kind donation. I appreciate you wondering how he truly feels about me. I'm feeling this very heavy energy with the 10 of Wands, this sense of something weighing on someone. I feel like those are those feelings I'm hearing something about taking for granted. So you may have felt taken for granted by this person in the past, and that may have led to a sense of imbalance with the Two of Pentacles reversed. I just keep hearing the feelings have become so heavy. This feels like someone who's been stuck in some kind of an old pattern, having trouble moving forward with their life, feeling as though because of their own apathy, they've not been moving forward. I'm hearing on like what really matters. They feel like they hesitated too long and missed some kind of opportunity with you. And now I just feel them in this sort of like heavy state at the moment, feeling very stagnant. There is a lot of heartbreak coming through here with the Two of Cups reversed. Yeah, and once again, I'm getting the suffering and silence in the card here about trying to kind of like get information about you or wondering what's going on in your life. Okay, so let me reshuffle the cards here. And oh, thank you so much, Reiki by Rita. I so appreciate your kind donation. Okay, so let's see what else wants to come through. The Seven of Cups. So I'm picking up the energy of someone who is opening up to a lot of new potential options or opportunities in their life. And I'm hearing that this is coming because you've worked on your solar plexus, your sense of confidence. And now it's time. That's what the guides are saying here with the Temperance card reverse. It's time for you to use your throat chakra or your voice in some kind of way to move forward on something. With the Two of Pentacles reversed, I feel like there's someone here who's been questioning whether they're ready to share their voice or their gifts or to move forward with some kind of an idea. And yet, I'm hearing the reason you've been feeling this restless energy is because it is time for something within you to make its way out into the world, to be shared in a really powerful way. And I feel like doing this is naturally going to line you up with a lot of new options and opportunities in your life. Can I get any more information here? The Two of Wands reversed. So there's some level of like confusion about something. What is this confusion? Can I get any more information on this confusion? I'm hearing stick to the plan with strategy in the upright position. I feel like I'm hearing you know what you're doing more than you give yourself credit for, but it almost feels like right now you might feel like you're walking through a fog or not quite seeing the results or the shifts that you want to see from it yet. But there's some message about how, as you continue going, as you keep moving forward, something that's felt confusing is going to become clearer as you move along. Can I get any more information? Yeah, I'm hearing the path is revealed to you as you keep stepping forward. I feel like someone getting a sense of restlessness because their spiritual purpose is actually being activated in a stronger way. And so it's like you're actually being pulled into your heart more with the heart chakra card here. So you might be feeling more emotional, you might be feeling a bit ungrounded at times, but this is actually because you're literally opening up to a whole new timeline here. It's like you're walking the path with the journey card, but maybe also feeling some nerves or anxiety about it with the anxiety card here as well. And I just keep getting this message of trusting your path, trusting that as you keep stepping forward and walking this path, I'm hearing everything that you need will reveal itself to you when you need it. That's like the sense that I'm getting here from this. Can I get any other information about this? I'm hearing it's never too late. Like the Ace of Wands in the reverse position, there's this sense of someone worrying that because they hesitated on something in the past. I'm hearing the time wasn't right. It feels like in the past, you may have tried to move forward on something and thought that you hesitated. But I'm hearing that some kind of healing or shift had to happen within you first emotionally. It's like that solar plexus chakra work. You had to get stronger within yourself. to become the person that you are now in order to walk the path that is now being presented to you. And I'm hearing you're never too late for your path. In fact, you're right on time. I'm actually hearing you were just early. Like all those times you thought that things weren't working or that you were hesitating to walk the path, it's like you were too early for it. But what I'm getting is now the time has come to be moving forward in some kind of way. And that's why you've been feeling this restlessness, but also this feeling of like, did I wait too long? But I'm also picking up on someone who's literally here on earth in part to break down these limiting belief systems and ideas around timing, around things like aging, like programs and limiting belief systems that people hold on to around the timing of their lives. You're here to show people a different pathway, to show them that they can do anything at any age or any time, that they don't have to be restricted or limited by those things. So I'm going to be reading some of your messages. I can't wait to watch from the beginning, but we'll jump in now. Thank you so much, Sherry, for listening. I so appreciate it. Rose Moon 778 says, everything will happen in divine timing when we become the horse we ride. Oh, that is such a beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you for sharing that. Wow. Yeah. When you actually become the vehicle for your own movement forward, that is when everything will happen in divine timing. I love that. Sherry G also says, you've been tapping in with me, and I listened to like 4 of your subliminal messages on your app this morning. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you are using the Sound and Soulful app and that it's been working for you. I personally use it myself every day and I love sharing it. I'm so passionate about it. If you don't yet have the app, by the way, I will leave a link to it underneath this video. It's at the top of the description box. So you can try it free by clicking that link below. VETTE214 says, this was meant for us to be together in this moment of now. Susie says, hi. Billy says, you are love with the heart hands. I absolutely love that. That's one of my favorite emojis. Billy also says, claim the now. I love that message. Rosemoon says, trust is the theme of this year. Yeah, it's interesting because there's such a fast moving kind of energy this year, but trust really is the theme, that trust and detachment. Reiki by Rita says, yes, been using throat chakra. Yeah, I feel that so many of us have been activating and using our throat chakras in a different way. Wabisa Bee Flower sent hearts. Thank you so much. Walking into the unknown with my higher self, knowing everything is working out for me. VETTE214 said, yeah. And that is honestly the work, walking into the unknown, knowing everything is working out for you. That's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Nikhil1212 says, thank you, Infinity. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I feel that with the attachment card sitting on the solar plexus, someone is healing something really heavy around. Oh, I'm loving all the heart hands in the chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love that emoji. Thank you. Mystically Marina says, last live from last summer, energy returning. Universal in love in code says, be deliberate about being happy. Yeah, that optimism is so powerful and beautiful. Miss Queen D says, I definitely feel you are connected to my guides. I do receive a lot of messages for our collective. I feel it through my own being. I know many of you do as well. It's really beautiful the ways that we're all connected here. Rocco the Rescue says, I appreciate the work and your channeling. It's helped me navigate my journey. The love part gets complicated and difficult to decipher at times. It's a lot of energy. Yeah, I feel that when you're someone who's very energetically sensitive and in tune, you feel everything to such a great extent, especially in things like romantic situations. So in a way, like you feel everyone and everything that you've been connected to in such a strong way. Cheryl says, I'm having a really hard time in life right now. It's been stressful. Cheryl, I just want to say that I see you and what you're feeling, and you deserve all of the love that you give out into the world. And that tiredness that you're feeling is really your system pushing you into that beautifully receptive era, telling you that you no longer have to work so hard to receive love, that you are just inherently worthy of it, that you don't have to burn yourself out or sacrifice to get love, but that you are just worthy of being loved and being supported. And this is the era of your life that is meant to show you that. But often the tiredness comes in first as sort of like a reset or a recalibration. So give yourself all of the rest and the care and the love that you possibly can. Let yourself lean into that more. And you will naturally begin to see more of that beautiful love and energy coming into your life. And you so, so deserve that. I'm sending you so much love. Adela says, I've been following your advice to your readings for years now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Good morning from Australia. Yes, I love Australia. I visited Sydney a while ago, and it's one of my favorite places in the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love the girl and guitar vibe, Billy says. Yes, I was so nervous to share in one of my recent videos myself playing guitar without any of the production or anything like that. I literally was tearing up reading so many of your comments under that video. I know one of you mentioned that maybe I should channel a song on live sometime. Maybe I will do that sometime. Amber says the pattern app is great astrology info. Yeah, I've heard of the pattern before. I don't know that I've ever used it. Someone can let me know if it works for them, the pattern app. I've used CoStar for astrology a little bit, but I love getting recommendations for that. Kathy Pizarro, Infinity, can you tell us some backstory on how you realized you have the gift of channeling? Just curious. Yeah, first of all, I really believe that everyone has the ability to channel spiritual information and that we're all sort of like signal towers for the divine and we all receive this higher energy that we can then translate in different ways. And I do think that some people are more naturally open and others are more closed off, but that everyone has this gift if they learn how to tap into it. And I actually believe that a lot of people channel unconsciously and just don't even call it channeling. Like in those moments where you're talking to someone and you say something and you're like, I don't even know why I said that. And then the person's like, wow, that's exactly what I needed to hear. I feel like those are moments of channeling. Or for those of you who are artists, I feel like that's a form of channeling, or creators or writers or speakers. And so for me, I really feel that channeling for me started when I was really drawn to music and singing and songwriting from a young age. And I know many of you probably relate to this in your own ways as well. I didn't realize that it was channeling at the time, but I think for me, when I would write songs, often I wouldn't really know where they came from, but it was in my way a form of like channeling energy. I just didn't have the words for that or know that it was that. And I think that's true of anyone. And I know many of you here have the same experiences when you create in your own lives, whatever those creative outlets are for you, you're channeling with that kind of energy and using that instrument or that paintbrush or whatever as like your medium for channeling as a tool. And so that's how it started for me. And then it just became more conscious over time. And I purchased my first tarot deck and started to just share on YouTube and was super nervous about doing that because I definitely wasn't very confident in my abilities back then. But I found that people were connecting with it and resonating. So I guess from there, I've just learned to be able to do it in more of a fluid way and gotten stronger at it. But I know this was a lot of information, but I want to say that I feel for someone listening, maybe you're thinking about doing something like some kind of channeling of your own or creating or putting yourself out there in some way. And I guess I wanted to share all of that about myself because I want you to know that you have something so special to share with the world. And I hope that you have the courage to value that gift about yourself and to share it with the world in a powerful way, because the world needs your voice or your creation or your art or your music or whatever it is for you, whatever that channeling is for you. And I actually feel like this is a really beautiful place to close out the reading. So we've been live for a few hours. This may be my longest live stream. I'm not entirely sure, but I've really enjoyed sharing all of this energy with all of you. It's been so beautiful. I hope you have a really beautiful day. If there's more interest, I would love to do more lives like this in the future. So have a beautiful day and remainder of your week. And I'm sending you all huge, huge amounts of love. I will talk to you here again in the next video.